What's up, everybody? Tony Pizza Guy here, and if you could take 2 seconds out of your day real quick to hit that like button, it would be appreciated. This is an epic match, and I just recorded this about 10 minutes ago, and this match was pretty freaking awesome. I have to say, I had a lot of fun playing with AJ Styles. The other thing I was looking for was an old school AJ Styles, but this is NWA TNA X title match. That's what they used to call it, the X title. It was actually called the NWA X title. But the reason I wanted to do this match, not only because it was an awesome match back in the day, but I did want to talk about the NWA, not the NWA, the TNA pay-per-view schedule. That's right, dramatic pause. If you didn't know, TNA had actually changed its pay-per-view schedule, and I actually think it's a really great idea that TNA changes pay-per-view schedule because as they put it, the pay-per-view format is not the same as it used to be. With the internet and the Twitter and the Facebook and everything, people just aren't buying pay-per-views like they used to. You know, it's not the same thing where you would order all the pay-per-views. You know, TNA's pay-per-view buy rates have not been the greatest, so for them to go down to 4 pay-per-views a year is a great idea. And then with the 4 pay-per-views, they also have what they call one-night-only events, which will be, looks like right now, the first Friday of every month. They're going to have one-night-only pay-per-view. So let's talk about TNA pay-per-view schedule so far. Right now, they have 4 pay-per-views, big pay-per-views, which is Genesis, which is the January pay-per-view, Lockdown, which is March, Slammiversary, which is June, and then Bound for Glory, which is October, which I think is awesome. You can build giant storylines, build a great TV program, and then build, and then you have that. The other thing, like we said, were the one-night-only events. One-night-only basically is their idea to bring in special attractions, like special promotions. Basically what they do is they're going to tape it earlier and then release later as basically a 3-hour event. So the way it's going to work is, here's the idea of all their pay-per-views. The first one is Extravaganza, which they already taped, and that one's airing in April, the beginning of April. And that one is just X Division wrestlers, obviously. That's awesome. We love it, X Division wrestlers. It will feature X Division guys from the past and the present, and it will be a great thing. I actually like this idea a lot. But I'll go through all the pay-per-views and then I'll talk more about it. TNA's Joker Wild, which is 24 men compete in a tournament for $100,000. I like that. It's really old school because not anymore do you ever have any competing for money. The last thing I think I remember WWE competing for money was the ladder match with the Hardys and the Edge and Christian and the services of Terry Runnell. I remember that one. That was old school. Hardcore Justice 2. I don't know why they're calling it Hardcore Justice. Basically, it's the hardcore wrestling theme featuring former ECW wrestlers, which will be awesome. And it's cool because you do something like that. You bring back old guys. It's fun. 10 reunions, stars from early years of TNA and the six-sided ring return. Awesome. Knockouts, knockdown, basically TNA knockouts compete in a tournament with all opening matches have stipulations, and the final 4 is a test of their stamina to determine a final victor. I think it's just like an elimination. Not sure. International incident, wrestlers from US, Canada, Mexico, Ireland, Germany, UK, India, and Japan compete in a tournament to receive a TNA title shot. Awesome idea. The X Division World Cup Tournament 2013. 4 teams of X Division wrestlers compete in tournaments involving singles, tag team, 6-man tag matches, and 8-man tag matches. And then we have the World Cup of Wrestling. 4 teams, each with a heavyweight, X Division, and a tag team, compete in a tournament with singles, tag team, and stipulation matches. The final is a 2-ring triple chance battle royal. Awesome idea. I like it. I like the idea. It's kind of like what WWE is doing with their gimmick pay-per-views. You know, you have Hell in a Cell, and then there's going to be one giant Hell in a Cell match. You have TLC, and then you have a TLC match. But TNA is going a smart route. What they can do is they can do these tournaments, right? They do like the Joker Wild tournament, which 24 men compete in a tournament for $100,000. They have Extravaganza, which Exhibition wrestlers return. You have 10 Reunion, where you get TNA 6-sided ring, and then you get Early Stars. Then you have ECW, Hardcore Wrestling. You know, Hardcore Justice is what I'm talking about. But I like this idea. What you can do is you can get guys from the indies that aren't on normal television, like P.D. Williams, which would be good for that international incident where they can have the Canadian wrestlers. So that would be awesome. You can get guys from the early days of TNA. You could even have like a Syxx because he's not currently under WWE contract, I don't believe. Although he did show up on NXT, but it's not really known. I don't really know if he's under an actual WWE contract. But the big thing that they can do is they can relive like old moments from TNA, like nostalgia. If you don't know this, nostalgia is the greatest feeling in the world. It's the greatest promotional thing that you can do. As you remember when they did WWE did ECW One Night Stand, that was actually it was huge, and it brought back hardcore ECW fans, and everybody loved it, and it was great. One thing that I think they could do also, if they wanted to do it, I know they want to keep it in the Impact Zone, but what they could do is they could go over to the Nashville, the old TNA Asylum, and they could bring back, you know, 6-sided ring and have an old NWA TNA like show. That would be awesome. It's a great idea to do this, and I also think for their international incident, they should go over to the United Kingdom, because the United Kingdom audience is huge. You do an event like International Incident, and AJ Styles just failed on that. But you do an event like International Incident where you have people from Mexico. You get some Lucha Libres. You get people from Germany. They say Ireland, Canada. You know, Team Canada could come back. Japan. You get, you know, some huge stars from Japan. India, Sanjay Dutt. You get them. You know, they had a lot of Ring King guys they could probably bring in for International Incident. But It is awesome. I like it. It's a great thing. They have the World Cup of Wrestling that they're going to be doing, which I think if they could do it right, if they could do it like perfectly, it would be great. The way that they need to do this World Cup of Wrestling, I like the idea. It's awesome. It's awesome and awesome. I don't know as far as them getting WWE guys to be in the World Cup of Wrestling, but if they could actually get WWE, you know, they could strike a deal like, hey, we're not going to put you on our television program, obviously. What we'll do is we will feature some of your wrestlers on our World Cup of Wrestling, and we'll cut you a check. I mean, TNA wouldn't really need to pay, you know, they would be making a lot of money if they could just cut a check to WWE. It would be awesome, you know, like, okay, we want some of your guys, some of your mid-card guys like Kofi Kingston, Sin Cara, guys like that. We want to bring them over to the World Cup of Wrestling. Also get indie guys from like PWG, Chikara, ROH, and you get those guys and you get them to come in, and you have that huge World Cup of Wrestling, an actual World Cup of Wrestling. Like you get NWA guys, because NWA is still going around. You just get a lot of indie guys, and the hardcore fans would flock to this kind of program. It's such a great idea that I really, really do think that it could work if they could get a mass thing. Now, I think this is such a great idea for TNA to do these special events, because people like me, casual like wrestling fans and hardcore wrestling fans, even that, more like the hardcore indie fans and the hardcore old school fans, having an event where they feature old TNA stars is an awesome idea. You know, you can even go back, get the Flying Elvises. I don't even know what they're up to. The Young Dragons, I don't know what they're up to. I think they were the Young Dragons. Maybe they were part of the Flying Elvises. I don't even know. You could bring Sports Entertainment Extreme, have Vince Russo come back for a night and shock everybody, and have AJ Styles come out with Mortimer Plumtree, if anybody even remembers Mortimer Plumtree. I remember Mortimer Plumtree. If you do, write that in the comments. But honestly, I think it's a great idea. When I see like old school stuff like this, it'd be like, oh, awesome. I actually want to order this on pay-per-view. I'd love to see, like, it's just such a great idea. And I want to know what you guys think. I think it's an awesome idea, and I think it will work well for TNA. You know, tape them. It costs cheap to tape them. Just have, you know, old stars, and it'll be great. Anyway, guys, leave a comment below and hit that like button. Tony Pizza Guy, frag out.
this arena apart. Let's take a look back on some of the incredible highlights. In the WWE ever be the same again?
Check out these two great videos if you haven't yet. It is The Rock's WrestleMania 29 opponent. Who's it gonna be? And Battlestar Galactica Blood and Chrome Episode 1 on Machinima Prime. It's great. Check it out!